Hey YouTube, it's Nerdcat, and it's been some time. Feels a little weird being in front of the camera again, because it has been quite some time. But I am back, and I am here to do Nerdtastic Halloween. That's right, it's October, which means I have 6 makeups that I thought were really fun, and I wanted to share with you guys. So, for this first makeup, I am doing it based off of one of my all-time favorite musicals, and that is Phantom of the Opera. I love Phantom. It is definitely one of my favorites. Sadly, I have not seen it on Broadway. I know, that's ridiculous, but I do love Phantom very much. And I really like the not great Gerard Butler Phantom movie adaptation. It may not be the best, but there's something about it that I really enjoy. I guess it's just like a nostalgic feel for me because I've watched it so many times, and I used to watch it when I was little, and I just love the music. I love the costumes, and everything is so beautifully done that I just am always drawn to it, and I will always watch it when I'm feeling down or just feel like watching something that I know very well. But I'm getting started. Yes, I am doing a Phantom look. With this look, it's really fun because there's so many adaptations about the disfigurement of the Phantom himself. I'm not sure if in the book it ever clearly stated what his disfigurement was. But I know that there have been so many adaptations. You've had the burn look, you had the skeletal kind of hollowing of the cheeks and cracks and stuff like that. You've had kind of like these flesh-eating kind of looks or boils, stretched faces, drooping faces. There's been so many different versions of the Phantom look. And this is just my own interpretation. I decided to go more with a burn look for a couple of reasons. One, it's always kind of fun to do a burn look. I've done different types. This is a new version that I'm going to try. And also, it kind of looks closest to the Gerard Butler makeup. His was more kind of like a burn / boil kind of look. His looked a little more pinkish and yellow, kind of like it was healing. I'm gonna go more the darker tones and like rougher burn kind of situation, because it's kind of fun doing that. So, I've already gone on really long with this intro, so let's get into the video. Hey guys, okay, so let's get started. First, I grabbed the mask that I'm going to use and trace out where on the face I want my burn. So it's going to be under the mask itself. So I'm just drawing a line where parts of the mask are going to end. Just so I have a baseline of where I want my makeup. And sorry for the weird color shift. It seems while I was doing this, my camera kept focusing on different colors, so it might look a little yellow at times. Sorry about that. And now I'm just connecting the top part of the line that I created around the mask to the bottom, so that way I know exactly where in the mask I want as well. That way I know exactly where to place everything and don't go too far to one side or another. I still want the burns to be under the mask, but slightly visible from when the mask is on as well. So now I am putting like little marker spots inside the marked off area for where I want my burns and latex look to go. I realized after I did this that I kind of went over those lines anyway, so probably unnecessary, but it kind of gave me a guideline for when I first started putting on the latex. So if you would like, that kind of helps, or you could just freestyle it and just put latex and coffee grounds wherever you want. So now I'm going to start doing my liquid latex and the coffee ground technique that I learned from Glam Gore. I'll put the video that I found this technique in from her in my description so you can go check it out. She is amazing. But first, I am putting some washable glue on my eyebrow because I will be putting liquid latex near my eyebrow and I do not want to be ripping those out. So putting the washable glue down and letting it dry helps not only when you're blocking out your eyebrows, but also if you're using liquid latex because it stops the latex from like getting caught in your hair and ripping everything out. Speaking of liquid latex, I know personally for my skin that liquid latex works perfectly fine. I don't have an allergy to it and my skin does not react badly to it. But please make sure before doing any like large liquid latex looks, you test it on a small patch of your like wrist or something to see if you're allergic or not. I think I've mentioned this before when I've used liquid latex, but always be safe before using anything on your face because everyone's face is different and you could react differently to the stuff that I use. So make sure you test it before doing any big projects. So, with this technique, you first lay down the liquid latex in the areas that you want the burns, or I think Glam Gore used it for infection, but where you want to lay down your pulled skin pretty much. So I'm just putting some liquid latex down first, and then you grab some coffee grounds. This is fun but also the most messy makeup ever because coffee grounds get everywhere and you can't easily put them on your face. But it is really fun and you smell like coffee afterwards, which is kind of fun too. And just remember that you will be kind of wasting coffee here because you know you're putting it on your face, you can't reuse it. But I have a whole bunch of K-cups that we haven't used for almost 2 years, so it needed to be used for something. And I found out that one K-cup actually created this entire look. So I didn't waste as much coffee as I thought I was going to. But, you know, just keep that in mind when you're doing this look. Also, be careful with it because I got coffee grounds in my eye and it hurt. So just be careful when you're doing it around your eye and such. So after you've laid the first layer of liquid latex down, then added your coffee, you're going to go over the coffee with another layer of liquid latex. You're going to cover everything that you just put coffee on, and you're going to just wait a little bit for it to set before doing anything else. Yeah, so as my little pop-up said, I screwed up and didn't realize that my camera stopped recording. So there's extra little bits that I added. But once you have layered the liquid latex and the coffee grounds, you're gonna let it set slightly, and then you're just gonna pull at it and kind of rip parts of it apart, depending on how much ripped toward skin you want or busted skin, however you want to phrase it. I just took a plastic end of a comb and just kind of poked at it. You don't want to pull too hard because again this is liquid latex and it's on your skin. Just do soft little tugs here and there to break up the coffee ground mixture so that way it kind of looks like your skin's kind of chipped off or peeling off and stuff like that. Just be careful with it. You don't want to use anything super sharp or anything like that because this is your face. Using something plastic usually works best. So you're just going to keep doing the liquid latex, coffee grounds, latex, sandwich situation in all the areas of your face until you are happy with how many spots or the messed up areas you like. I kind of pretty much covered most of my face with it, leaving some spots empty, but I really wanted that kind of like peeled skin look, especially because it was a burn. So I went a little farther, but that's up to you. Do it however many times you want. And just remember that you don't want it to completely set. You want it still a little bit malleable so that you can poke through it and peel a little bit easier. Sadly, my liquid latex dries pretty quickly, so mine was a little bit harder to do, but again, just keep an eye on what you're doing because you just want to have it set a little bit, then you can pull at it and make the bursts and cuts. But yeah, so just keep working on it until you're happy with your result. So now that I'm happy with how many burns and blistery looking parts I have, I'm going to go in and start painting underneath some of the pulled up latex. So I'm just right now taking some red aqua paints and a little bit of black aqua paints and just mixing them a little bit so it's a darker shade of red. And then I'm going in underneath some of the liquid latex and just filling it in with red. I do darker shades underneath the latex because it is shadowed, and I pretty much just cover everything with the darker reds under the latex and lighter reds in the open, empty spaces. Once I've laid down the first layer of red, I do take a slightly bigger brush and just go in with a little bit of black, because right now all of the coffee grounds and liquid latex kind of look yellow, and I'd rather it to look more charred. So I'm going through and kind of blotting black aqua paint over everything. I go back and forth with the black and the red and a little bit of purple throughout this because I want a little bit of bruising, but I want to also keep that like um, irritated skin look that a lot of burns have. So I kind of alternate between the two, but you want to make sure that all of the coffee ground parts are kind of charred and blackish red, so that way it looks more like a burn. And then your, other areas are a little bruised, but also still red under the pulled up skin.
So here I did take some purple aqua paint and just kind of laid it right where the pull is on the latex look, so that way it kind of has that darker shade underneath and shows that bruising because of the charred skin. And then I think I then kind of dab bruising around the entire look, because if you are, like, if your skin is irritated, some of it's going to bruise around the edges. So I just kind of added that as well. Once I finished touching up the red burns on my one side of my face, I decided to just do the beauty makeup real quick on the other side. So I just used a paler foundation and just kind of did a quick makeup on my non-burn side, because you want to kind of have a pretty side and a burnt side, just like, you know, Phantom did. So just do a quick beauty makeup on one side. So with my lips, I did line them after putting on some lipstick, because, well, I realized that in Phantom, his lip right under the mask looks kind of reddish, like because of the irritation on his one side. So I did overline slightly on the side closest to the burn to kind of give that illusion of irritation. So I just added a false lash to the pretty side, and now I'm taking down my hair. And this is when the fun comes in. I put a whole bunch of scab blood all over the burnt side, pretty much just in the areas where the skin was pulled up, and I just kind of put scab blood all over the place. This is optional. You don't actually need the scab blood. I just kind of liked how it brings it, like, it gives it a shiny coat, like it's more fresh, but you can totally leave the look without scab blood.
And here's the final look with the mask on. Obviously, I would tie it on if I was really gonna wear it, but I like it with the mask for the fact that you can kind of see the burns around the edges, which helps with the reveal of the charred, burned face. I love this technique of using the coffee grounds and the liquid latex. Thanks to Glam Gore for showing this technique and making it really easy to learn how to use. Her video where I found this look will be down in the description below. Go check her out, because she is, seriously, I am a huge fan of her work, so being able to recreate one of her looks, well, at least a tip from one of her looks, is really fun for me. Anyway, I really like this look because you don't need the Phantom mask. You could totally just do a half burn look, maybe bring it down your neck, something like that, and just have fun. But adding the Phantom mask is fun for the reveal of the bloody, burnt side of your face, but totally unnecessary. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. If you did, please hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And if you want, leave me a message down below. I'd love to hear from you. But that's it for this video. Until next time, as always, stay nerdy, my friends. Later!